Okay, it's day 91 of the 100 Days of Narration Challenge, and we are in the last 10 days of this challenge, and today is also a mystery book challenge. Mystery book challenge number 13. 13? 13? Is it 13? Yes, it is. It is 13. Haha, I'm good at math. That's wonderful. And for those of you who don't know the rules, well, you should know the rules by now, but let's go over it once more. Today's book, I will not be telling you what the title is or who the author is. It's part of a series of books because that's what I'm doing today. I'm starting a new new series. You know, it's 7 books, so there's at least 7 books in the series or what have yous, and you have to guess what the who the author is and what the book is. Now, you can't just guess the series of the book without telling me the specific book. So you can't say, "Oh, it's from the Twilight series." No, you'd actually have to tell me the actual title of the book. Yes, you have to do that. And do that by private messaging me over YouTube or maybe my Facebook page. Do not post comments on the video itself with the actual title of the book because that's not... Don't do that because you'll just be spoiling yourself for everyone and yourself and whatnots. God, there's usually more rules than that, isn't there? I don't remember. Anyway, so, what you'll win. You'll win a 30-second message from me, or these days it seems to be at least 1 minute long, but at least 30 seconds for whatever you feel like. So, I mean, you could have me read out a passage from something, or do voices in a character, or do something else, something horrible, like read from Fox and Socks and Knox and Box and Docs. Don't ask me to do tongue twisters or singing, because I will be, well, you can probably ask anyway, I'll probably do it, but I would prefer you not to. And if you do, I'll probably hate you forever if you did. Anyway, so, is that all? I think that's all. I think that's all I have to say about this particular subject. So anyway, send your guesses in, and I will pick one out from all the correct guesses at the end of 24 hours or so, and that particular person will win. And I'll use random.org to do the whole picking out of thing. Now, let's go on with the book. The book. Now, some clues. It's a book from a series, obviously, that I've read before. Aha! So, you may have heard me read something from this beforehand. Yes. Much in the same way I read a couple of Roald Dahl books before I actually made a Roald Dahl week and what have yous. So, that's your clue. Anything else? Oh, yes. The reason, and this is going to be the very last mystery book challenge. I know there's a day 98 where I should be doing another mystery book challenge, but I can't do one that day because of... No, I'm not going to tell you right now. I'm going to tell you at the end of the reading. If I remember. Hopefully I'll remember. Anyway, so yes, it is an actual physical book, so you might have a little bit of trouble, like going through and then just copy, writing down what I'm saying and then putting it into your browser and then finding the text that way. You might find it anyway. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's available online as well. So let's have a look at the page 232, and, right. Alright, we'll start from, Oh, good, there's a bit of a break, there's a break here, so I'll just start from that then, okay. Vimes shook his head. The stern light of a Clatchian ship was barely visible in the gloom. "Are we gaining on them?" he asked. Captain Jenkins nodded. "We might be. There's a lot of sea between us." And as all the excess weight had been thrown overboard. "Yes! What do you want me to do? Shave my beard off?" Carrot's face appeared over the edge of the hull. All the lads are bedded down, sir." "Right. I'll turn in for a few hours too, sir, if it's all right with you." Sorry, Captain?" I'll get my head down, sir. But... Vimes waved vaguely at the darkening horizon. We're in hot pursuit of your girlfriend, among other things, he added. Yes, sir? So, aren't you... you want to... Captain, you intend to go and have a bit of a nap? To be fresh for when we catch up with them. Yes, sir. If I spend the whole night staring out there, worrying, then I'll probably be a bit useless when we catch up with them, sir. It made sense. It really did make sense. Of course it made sense. Vimes could see the sense all over it. Carrot had actually sat down and thought sensibly about things. You'll be able to get to sleep, will you? He said weakly. Oh, yes. I owe to Angua. Oh, well. Good night, then. Carrot disappeared into the hall again. Good heavens, said Jenkins. Is he real? Yes, said Vimes. Would you go and bang your ear if he was chasing... would you go and bang your ear if he was chasing your lady in that ship? Vimes said nothing. Jenkins snickered. Mind you, if it was Lady Sybil, she'd be a bit lower on the waterline. You just watch the sea. Don't run into any damn whales or anything, said Vimes, and strode up to the sharp end. Carrot, he thought. If you didn't know him, you wouldn't believe it. We're slowing, Mr. Vimes, Jenkins called out. What? I reckon they're slowing down, I said. Good. So, what are you going to do when we catch them? Vimes hadn't given this a lot of thought, but he recalled a very bad woodcut he'd seen once in a book about pirates. We'll swing across onto them with our cutlasses in our teeth, he said. Really? Said Jenkins. Oh, that's good. I haven't seen that done in years. Only ever seen it done once, in fact. Oh, yes? Yes, this lad seen the idea in a book, and he swung across into the other ship's rigging with his cutlass clenched, as you say, between his teeth. Yes. Topless Harry, we wrote on his coffin. Oh. I don't know if you've ever seen a soft-boiled egg after you've picked up your knife and slit... All right, I see your point. What do you suggest? Grapnels. You can't beat grapnels. Catch 'em on the other ship and just pull 'em towards you. And you've got grapnels? Oh, yes. Saw some only today, in fact. Good, then, as I recall, Jenkins went on relentlessly, it was when your Sergeant Detritus was chucking stuff over the side, and he said, "What shall we do with these bendy hooky things, sir?" And someone, I can't recall its name just at this moment, said, "Oh, they're dead weight, throw them over." Why didn't you say something? Oh, well, I didn't like to, said Jenkins. You were doing so well. Don't mess me about, Captain, otherwise I'll clap you in irons. Nope, you ain't gonna do that, and I'll tell you why. First, 'cause when Captain Carrot said, "These chains, sir, what shall I do with them?" you said, now you listen to, and second, I don't reckon you know anything about ships. Oh, dearie me, we don't clap people in irons, we put them in chains. Do you know how to splice the main brace? 'Cause I don't. Oh, that yo-ho-ho stuff's for landlubbers. Or it would be if we ever even used words like landlubber. Do you know the difference between port and starboard? I don't. I've never even struck. Blah, blah, blah. I've never even drunk starboard. Shiver my timbers. Isn't it shiver my timbers? Oh, sorry, it's shiver my timber. Isn't it shiver my timbers? I've been ill. Captain Jenkins spun the wheel. Also, this is a frisky wind, and me and my crew know how to pull the strings that make the big, square canvas things work properly. If your men tried it, you'd soon find out how far it is to land. How far is it to land? About 30 fathoms, hereabouts. The light was noticeably nearer. Blingly, blingly, beep. Good grief, what now? Said Vimes. 8 p.m.,
Narrowly escaped assassination by a Clatchian spy?
Vimes went cold. Where? He said, looking around wildly.
Page flip. Corner of Brewer Street and Broadway, said the little sing-song voice.
But I'm not there.
What's the point of having appointments then? What's the point of having appointments then? What's the point of my making an effort? You told me. You wanted to know where... You told me. You wanted to know what you ought to. Listen, I don't have an appointment for being assassinated.
The demon... and then said,
You mean it should be on your to-do list?
Its voice was trembling. You mean like, to die?
Look, it's no good taking it out me just because you're not on the right timeline.
What the hell does that mean?
Aha! I knew you didn't read the manual. Chapter 7-2C makes it very clear that sticking it...
Sorry. Let's try the one again.
Aha! I knew you didn't read the manual. Chapter 7...
Alright, it's actually 17.
Chapter XVI-2C makes it very clear that sticking to one reality is vitally important. Otherwise, the uncertainty principle says,
forget I asked, alright? Vimes glared at Jenkins and at the distant ship. We'll do this my way, wherever the hell we are, he said. He strode to the hold and pulled aside a hatchway. Detritus? The Clatchian sailors struggled with the canvas while their captain screamed at them. 71-hour admin. Oh, sorry, we're actually in a different section now. Moving on, by the way. The Clatchian sailors struggled with the canvas while their captain screamed at them. 71-hour Ahmed didn't scream. He just stood with his sword in his hand, watching. The captain hurried over to him, trembling with fear and holding a length of rope. See, Wali, he said. Someone cut it. Who would do that? Said 71 Ahmed quietly. I do not know, but when I find him... The dogs are almost upon us, said Ahmed. You and your men will work faster. Who could have done such a thing? Said the captain. You were here. How could they... His gaze flickered from the cut rope to the sword. Was there something you wish to say? Said Ahmed. The captain hadn't gotten to where he was by being stupid. He spun around. Get that sail up right now, you festering sons of bitches! He screamed. Good, said 71-hour Ahmed. And then we get to another section here. Detritus's... I hate that name. Detritus's crossbow was originally a 3-man siege weapon, but he had removed the windlass as an unnecessary encumbrance. He cocked it by hand. Usually the mere sight of the troll pulling the string back with one finger was enough to make the strong willed surrender. Let's try that entire paragraph again. Detritus's crossbow was originally a 3-man siege weapon, but he had removed the windlass as an unnecessary encumbrance. He cocked it by hand. Usually the mere sight of the troll pulling the string back with one finger was enough to make the strong-willed surrender. He looked doubtfully at the distant light. It's 1,000,000 to 1 chance, he said. Got to be closer than this. Just hit it below the waterline so they can't cut the rope. Right. What's the problem, Sergeant? We heading for Clutch, right? Well, in that direction, yes. Only, I'm gonna be really stupid in Clutch 'cause of the heat, right? I hope we're gonna stop them before we get there, Detritus. I ain't keen on being stupid. I know people say that troll Detritus, he thicker than a brick sandwich, said Vimes, staring at the light. Right, only I hearing it get really, really hot in the desert. The troll looked so mournful that Vimes felt moved to give him a cheerful slap on the back. "Then let's stop them now, eh?" he said, shaking his hand hurriedly to stop the stinging. The other ship was so close they could see the sailors working feverishly on the deck. The mainsail billowed in the lamplight. Detritus raised the bow. A ball of blue-green light glowed on the tip of the arrow. The troll stared at it. Then green fire ran down the mast and, when it hit the deck, burst into dozens of green balls that rolled cracking and spitting over the planks. "They're using magic?" said Detritus. "Oh, God," said Detritus. That is an awful name. Detritus. Unless I say it that way, but that doesn't sound right. Detritus. A green flame spluttering. A green flame spluttered over his helmet. Pardon me. "What is this, Jenkins?" said Vimes.
"It ain't magic. It's worse than magic," said the captain, hurrying forward. "All right, lads, get those sails down right now."
"You leave them right where they are," shouted Vimes.
"You know what this is?"
"Don't even feel warm," said Detritus, poking the flame of the crossbow.
"Don't touch it! Don't touch it!"
"That's Saint... Oh, boy. Well, in the real world, we call it St. Elmo's fire, but in this particular case, it's called St. Ungulant's. Ungulant's. Ungulant. Ungulant's.
"That's St. Ungulant's fire, that is. It means we're going to die in a dreadful storm."
Vimes looked up. Clouds were racing across. No, they were pouring into the sky in great twisting billows, like ink streaming into water. Blue light flashed somewhere inside them. The ship lurched.
"Look, we gotta lose some sail!"
shouted Jenkins.
"That's the only way!"
"No one touches anything!" shouted Vimes. Green fire skimmed along the tops of the waves now.
"Detritus, arrest any man who touches anything."
"Right."
"We want to go fast, after all,"
Vimes said, above the hissing and the distant crackle of thunder. Jenkins gawped at him as the ship lunged beneath them.
"You're mad! Have you any idea what happens to a ship that tries to..." "You haven't got any idea, have you?" "This ain't normal weather. You have to ride it out careful. You can't try to run ahead of it."
Something slippery landed on Detritus's head and bounced onto the deck, where it tried to slither away.
"Now it's raining fish,"
Jenkins moaned. The clouds formed a yellow haze, lit almost constantly by lightning. And it was warm. That was the strangest thing. The wind howled like a sack full of cats, and the waves were turning into walls on either side of the ship. But the air felt like an oven.
"Look, even the Glatchins are reducing sail,"
shouted Jenkins in the shower of shrimp. "Good, we'll catch them up."
"Man, don't!"
Something hard rebounded from his hat, hit the rail, and rolled to a stop by Vimes. Something hard rebounded from his hat, hit the rail, and rolled to a stop by Vimes' feet. Damn, that's a roller coaster of a sentence. Let's try it again. Something hard rebounded from his hat, hit the rail, and rolled to a stop by Vimes' feet. It was a brass knob.
"Oh no,"
moaned Jenkins, putting his arms over his head.
"Now it's bloody bedsteads again."
And this is a good place to stop. Yeah, because, wow. Last time, I'm not doing those 40-minute one-longs anymore. Those are too long. 40 minutes is way too long to keep reading one thing. Anyway, that was a book for Mystery Book Challenge number 13. If you can guess what it is, give me a message over YouTube or my Facebook page or whatever you find a way. Hopefully YouTube or Facebook, because otherwise I might not see your message, because... yeah, try not to make things difficult for me. If you can, that'll be nice. And I'll pick a winner from those, and you can tell me what you want me to record for you. So yeah, that was today's challenge, and then join me tomorrow when I will read more books from this particular series. You might have already guessed what series I'm reading from. Maybe not the book, but possibly the series. And yeah. I'm forgetting. Oh yeah, I remember now. The reason why this is the last challenge for the Mystery Book Challenge, even though I should probably do one for day 98. Well, the reason for that is because on day 98, I will be flying out of Australia into Los Angeles. Sudden change! Alright, more on that tomorrow.
Hey, you seem like a cool, wonderful, and or awesome individual with impeccable taste in voice actors. So why not follow me on Facebook or Twitter? You can keep up with the latest projects I'm in, or that my friends are in, or that you could be in, because I occasionally post links to open editions to various projects that require voice acting out there, or that nobody's in, but they're interesting projects nonetheless that you may also find interesting. Also, lots of random thoughts about whatever's on my mind at that particular moment. Usually it's about food or video games, or foodie video games. Anyway, you can follow me on Facebook at OmadonVA or Twitter at Omadon. Hope to see you there.